So again, when you are integrating a video, you might want to think if it's worth it or not, because sometimes a video can actually increase the traffic to your website if the video is informative and interesting. But sometimes if the audio file, if you put the video file in there same as audio file, it can take a long time for the browser to load. And so some non-broadband users or some people who are using the mobile devices, they might actually experience a delay, or in terms of mobile devices, they might just incur some cost to their data plan. So it just depends. If you want to you need to think about the purpose of why you want to integrate the video file into your web pages. So they are again, 3 video files format that is supported by HTML5, and that's MP4, OGG, and WebM. So again, that doesn't mean that you cannot use other audio formats. You just have to use the converter. So you need to convert it. For example, if you have .avi, you need to convert it to MP4 or .webm or OGG. So it just depends, how you want to convert it. But there are video converter softwares that they can be used to convert these unsupported video file formats. So there are a lot of different file formats that are out there, but these 3 are only going to be supported with HTML5. So you can take a look at this one. So before we have the HTML5 video element, the browser didn't have a standard for playing the video on the web pages. Some of the videos were shown using the plugins such as Adobe Flash. So the problem was with the plugins that the browser may have different plugins that can only specify video formats. So the HTML5 video element solved this problem and provide some sort of a standard way for web videos in the modern browsers today. So we can use 3 HTML elements to incorporate the video: the embed, object, and video. So you can have all 3 elements and use different video formats. So to make sure the video can play in all the browsers and browser versions, such as Internet Explorer, maybe Firefox, and all that, we can also make sure that it can support the hardware such as Mac, PC, Android. So now we have all these different hardwares that it needs to be supported on as well. So we use the video element to specify a video such as a movie clip or other video stream on our web page. And this also, again, we need to have the attributes. So this table shows the list of attributes and values that can be used with the video element. This is kind of same as the audio element, except we have the width of our videos, and that could be, set in pixels as well. Again, for the video, we use the video tag, so the text content should be inserted between the video tags, and you can use that. The following, so we are going to look at some of the code in the video elements and learn how to insert a video file. Remember, it needs to be supported, the file format. So in this case, we are using .mp4 player, which is supported in HTML5. If it's not, then you need to convert it. So we have the video, and that's another attribute that you can put: the width, height, and then the controls. So you have the dimension that you have 320 and 240 pixels, and it can have the playback controls as well. So if the browser doesn't support the video element, the user is going to be alerted. So the control attributes can add video controls, as we said, same as before, like audio ones. So you can actually hit play, pause, maybe even change the volume on it, and so on. The video element allow multiple source element, which can link to different video files as well. So this one, again, the video clip, maybe can be played on Google Chrome, MP4, on all of them, same as Mozilla, Firefox, and Opera. And on Internet Explorer only, maybe you can play the MP4 player, and also Safari. So that's the video file browser support that currently have. So you might want to, I will suggest maybe to use .mp4, convert it, maybe if it's .avi, convert it to MP4 player, MP4 format, so that it can play very well on most of the browsers. So how are we going to add video to one of our pages? Maybe in this example, we have the div tag starting the class equals to video, and then you are bringing the video elements to it. In this element, we wanted to play automatically, and we wanted to have the controls. So we play auto play control in here, and then we put our source file. So, and this is the type is video MP4, and this is the MP4 file. So I suggest you guys to convert it to MP4 that is going to play on all the browsers. And then again, same as other things, we need to add a style maybe to our element. So in this way, this is basically the comment, but you can actually define a style rule for your video element, as well as border, maybe the height, the width, and all that. You can actually insert it in to your style sheet to style your web page. So you can go to your style.css and then add these style rule for your video class that you want. The last thing that we're going to look at is to validate our style sheet. So always run your file through W3C validators to check the documents for errors. So if your document has any error, of course, the validation gives you a chance to identify and correct it, as we have done before. We have validated our pages on W3C. So validation can act as an effective troubleshooting tool during the development process. So it's very good if you want to use that. You can go to the w3.org and use the CSS validator, and then validate your page, and it's going to give you some of the errors that you might not caught it before. And that's it. So at the end, we are going to validate our CSS file and the HTML file, and hopefully it's going to work. So this is it for this chapter. In this week, I want you guys to go and to Lab 1 and Lab 2 and follow the assignments on Lab 1 and Lab 2, and make sure that you are actually inserting a video and audio file, and you are playing with the attributes of it as well. Okay, have a great week. Bye-bye.